MCCDC. We are at the center right now, and that's for background. That's what our center looks like. So much fun, pretty. I'm Andrea Morales. I'm an intern, currently an intern here at the MCCDC, and I'm going to give you a whole presentation on what the program looks like and what are some of the duties for certain assigned positions for the interns, and any other information that you might need to know. I'll tell you that today. Yeah, can I get the next slide, please? Okay, so our agenda for today, I'm going to introduce the program. We're going to talk about the internship program, and then I'm going to walk you through the application process and timeline. And then we are going to talk about the experience. I'm going to share my experience as an intern, and then we're going to have a Q&A session, and then we're just going to close out the meeting after the Q&A. Yeah, so basically the MCCDC is a safe haven for underrepresented students on our campus. It's rooted in social justice, activism, and community empowerment. It provides a safe space, as you can see, a beautiful and safe space for students. And then we offer so much support to everyone to just for them to be able to just succeed academically and personally. We offer workshops, and I'm going to talk more about that later. Some of the communities that we serve are for AB 540/UNDOCU students. We serve for current and former foster youth students and community members, or LGBTQIA+ communities. And of course, we are also connected to our English as a second language or our ESL program here on campus. So part of our services for the center include leadership. We help you to educate yourself on any issues going on campus and outside of campus, any social political issues. We help you to learn how to advocate for yourself and how to advocate for others. We have a computer lab for students for them to be able to do their homework and get some work done. We also have a pretty quiet space when it's quiet, and then when there's more people, of course, it's going to be a little bit loud, but it all depends on how many people we have in the center. As you can see, we also have a social space, and the social space, we don't only offer that here in the center, but we offer the space outside the center, meaning that around campus, you see us, we're going to be there for you. We're going to help you answer questions. We are going to provide workshops for you. That's part of our social space. We have our social media as well, and our newsletter, which I'll talk more later. But yeah, we also have dedicated staff and counselors. In the background, you see Jackie Santizo and Paola Mora, who are our program coordinators for the MCCDC. I don't think you can see them. Yeah, yeah, we also provide counseling services. When it comes to counseling services, we have academic support, counselors for you to help you do your student plans, for you to know what classes to take, that kind of academic support. And then we also have personal counselors. If you need someone to talk to, we have someone who is bilingual in English and Spanish, I think, to help you, get someone to talk to and for you to get the support that you need. We also offer a food pantry. I think we are also connected to SparkPoint. We are mainly and everything connected to SparkPoint. Our food pantry offers food to everyone, and then they also offer housing sources for students if you need that. We also offer resources and referrals, and then we most of the time, and I think it happens during the whole academic year, we offer immigration legal services. We are connected to IIBA, which is a program from San Francisco that highly and mainly supports college students who need the legal support and information for them to feel safe and for them to get an education here. We offer that during the semester, so stay tuned for that later. Next, we have our student populations. You see me there in like 2 of the pictures, okay? Yeah, so we, as I said, some of the events we offer events, social events for you to network and get to know people. Sometimes in the past, we also had clubs from the program to just offer that community feeling and space for students. And then we also, sometimes we collaborate with our student government and we table outside to provide all resources to the rest of our student population. And basically we try to be around campus so it is more accessible for you to get to us. And we usually try to go to you so you know what's going on and all the resources that we provide. Next slide. Yeah, so those are some other pictures. These pictures are from some ESL tours that we provided in the past. And then we have ESL students, and then I don't remember what the first picture is. Migration celebration. And then we also had a special walk that was like 3 years ago. 2017. Oh, 2017. That was walk to advocate for DACA students. And yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, so our undocumented student services, we not only provide that support here on or at our center, but we, as I said before, we're also connected to IIBA, which is the Immigration Institute of the Bay Area. They are located in San Francisco. That's usually the main flyer that they have. You can talk to them. We usually, like the person that we talk the most to is Leslie Hernandez, I think. She is the one we get to bring on campus to talk to students and have informational sessions and legal support to them. Yeah. Okay, our Scholar Internship Program. Let me know if I'm talking too fast or just that's good. Okay, and I think I'm doing great because I talk too much, so I'm quite fast. Our Scholar Intern Program. Next slide, please. So basically, for the internship program, we aim to foster the continued development of student leaders around issues of social justice to help them develop and implement projects of their choosing and as assigned by the program. So basically, you're gonna get to work on things like advocating for certain issues. If there's something going on campus and you think that needs to be advocated for, you're gonna work on that. If you are part of the social media, you are a social media intern, you're gonna work on projects as, celebrating certain special dates that have a special meaning, and also support and advocate for other communities. And we do all that kind of projects. We also have our Social Justice Week or Docu Week and some other more projects that I'll talk more about later. So this is a program that once you are accepted to the program after the interview, you are going to go through a 2-day training, meaning that, first a 2-day training, but first we're going to have our first seminar on the 9th, I think, on September 9th, and then you're going to go on the 2-day training on September 10th and 11th. Those trainings are for us to educate you on the seminars, like what are the seminars going to look like throughout the year. The seminars happen on Fridays from 2 to 4. I think they happen bi-weekly or weekly. They usually happen weekly, right? Yeah, so they usually happen weekly. Yeah, and it's from 2 to 4, so you are required to have that time specifically for seminars once you apply. And then after that, you are able to provide and receive feedback and input over all the work that you do here at the program. Then one of our projects that we have, my favorite project, my baby, is the other Root podcast. We started the podcast 2 years ago. It's one of our new projects that we created is a podcast that focuses on educating people on any socio-political issues going on campus. This is a project that usually brings speakers and we interview them and we focus on different topics throughout the whole semester. You can go to our Instagram page, and I think it's located also under the MCCDC Instagram page. You can go there and check our At the Root podcast. This is focused on, uplifting and unifying communities impacted by the socio-political climate outside and on campus. What does the host do? Usually there's only, it depends on like how many students are interested in working for the podcast. But the first year we had a group of 3 students working for the podcast. That was where we were creating the podcast and trying to make sense of how we wanted the podcast and what the purpose of the podcast was going to be. Then I had the podcast for myself for 1 year last year. So it all depends on how many students are interested in. And if there's only 1 student, that student will be taken as the host of the podcast, meaning that you will get to record and interview people. One of the duties is to research topics for the episodes. There's so many topics that you can talk about when it comes to social justice and advocating for certain things. You do outreach, you reach out to speakers and the people that you want to interview. You can either interview people outside of campus and people from that community who have done impactful work, or you can reach out to people from campus if like they have done something related to the topic that you're talking about for the episode. You get to edit videos, and you also get to advertise the podcast. The podcast has its own Instagram page and its own email, so you can all do directly from there. And communicate with people through there, so it doesn't mix up with the other work that you have to do for the program. For this project, this semester, it's going to be given to an intern, and I, as the past host, I will serve as support. I will be there to help you and guide you in however ways you need me to, and I will help you to just show you what we've done in the past, and you're going to have the freedom of brainstorming and bringing new ideas and doing new things for the podcast. So our next slide, please. For Undocu Week, we have Undocu Week during the fall. I think this is a week-long program that celebrates achievements and answers questions and raise awareness about the SMCCD's Undocu students, and most importantly, to grow and inspire. Sorry, there's a typo, and inspire our community to action, meaning that we don't only bring people who have also done impactful work on our community, but we also have workshops that will educate people on undocumented support and undocumented issues. It usually happens in October. I think this year will happen from the 17th to the 21st. And what happens during Undocu Week? I said workshops. We try to brainstorm workshops that will educate people on certain issues that are either currently going on with undocumented students, or that will help people to educate themselves about, our undocumented community. And then we also have a legal Q&A session by IIBA. Sometimes in the past, we have collaborated with the podcast. We have done special episodes that which the topic requires to talk about Undocu Week and undocumented community and the support that they might need, or any issues that are going on around that. So that's usually what happens. You are more than welcome. And if you're a student intern working for this specific project, you will have the freedom on brainstorming and bringing more ideas as well on the things that you think that might be needed to get done or any workshops that you think might help other people. You will have the freedom of doing that and brainstorming with us to make that happen. Next slide, please. We have our Rise in Revolution conference. Usually, the first conference that we had was called the Social Justice Week, right? That was a Social Justice Week. It was a week full of workshops as well, and educating people and activities and events. We also collaborated with the podcast to like have a special episode and launch that either live, like having the interview live, or just posting the interview like on the day of. And this year, during spring semester this year, we made it, we made this event bigger. We brought special speakers as Angela Davis, and we had many other events that brought awareness and talked about certain issues that were happening and are still happening in our community. You know, it is a student organized conference and that seeks to inspire and provide college students. We focus on, you know, talking about hosting, and then we focus on hosting a 3-day hybrid conference, focus on the theory and the study and the practice and the critical reflection and dialogue when it comes to social justice and advocating for certain things that need to be advocated for. Next slide, please. Yeah, so we also have support for our LGBTQI plus community. And of course, we are going to have an intern that will focus specifically on providing that support and being there for LGBTQI plus students. You will participate in the Safe Zone Alliance Club that's called CISA. That's a club that meets, I think, bi-weekly and collaborates in events together. The LGBTQI plus club, CISA, Safe Zone Alliance, they also partner with like some other programs and clubs on campus to bring more awareness on and support to our students as well. You participate in Safe Zone committees, meetings, you host and coordinate programs for the LGBTQI plus students, you create resources for LGBTQ students, you do liaison between CSM and SMC Pride Center, and then you support the transition of, and you are there in support in the transition of a Pride coordinator. And as well, you're gonna have to be updating yourself in all the LGBTQI plus support programs and websites and anything that will help you, you know, be up to date to provide all that support and information to students. You're gonna have to do that. We're gonna help you to go through that. And that way you're able to provide that to students in an easy way. Yeah, so there's that. And then on our next slide, we have our scholar intern, or social media scholar intern. They focus on having fun projects. I think this position for the internship program, it's one of the most important. I mean, they're all important, but like this specifically focuses on helping every other intern on posting and advertising all the events and workshops that we have going on. They also, on their own, will have to like find fun projects to do on social media, as you know, celebrating certain days, bringing awareness on certain things going on around social media, and making sure that our social media is a safe place for our community and our students, and that we are educating them through that and bringing them the support that they need through social media. You will also have to work on our MCCDC newsletter. We have a newsletter for our students because we also work on, or we have, or can you remind me the name of the program to assist students? No, the program that provides financial support and okay. Thank you.
Rebranding this year.
Okay. So we also do outreach and provide that newsletter to our academic support students, which are the students that are getting the support from us, meaning that they get financial support, they get counseling support specifically from the center. Just as if you were a promise student or EOPS student getting support from them, we also do that for our students as well. And we have a specific newsletter providing them all the information, resources, and support that they might need for the month. And then you will also have to focus on outreach, reaching out to people, making sure that the people that you might need to contact on campus as your social media manager from CSM, and tabling outside to advertise the program, and just being open for students to get to know you and talk to them, and go to students to inform them about all the resources that we have. That's pretty much what you'll have to do. And I think it's all about being up to date to what's going on social media and what's happening around campus, to see what are the things that you need to educate people on through social media, and just make it fun and have fun as well as you're doing it. Yeah, so our academic success interns, they are the interns that focus on creating workshops to help students go through their academic journey in a more flexible and easy way, meaning that they will provide workshops as in how to do their resumes, or workshops on how to, get organized and things like that. These are the kind of workshops that our academic success interns do. They also do outreach. I think every intern will work on outreach, and getting to know people and talking to people and networking. They also focus on personal development. They will make sure that students are getting the information they need, and that they are getting the education that they are seeking for when it comes to getting that from the program. And of course, they will also work on special projects. You can have fun workshops, or if you want to have a social event around campus, meaning that you will table and gather students and have games, you can do that just to create that social impact and bring that community feeling to our students on campus. Yeah, so on our next slide, we all the interns, we all, aside of our duties as interns based on the position that we get, we all focus on our own projects, meaning that if there's something that we really, really want to do, you have the freedom on doing that here at the MCCDC. Of course, you'll have to talk to Jackie and myself as your lead for your lead intern for the program to brainstorm and help you, guide you through the process of making it happen. Some of the workshops that we've done this year during spring semester, we had a Pacifica poetry workshop series where they brought speakers. They had specific people who taught them how to write poems and what are the all the things that they have to follow to do that. And they ended up writing amazing poems that ended up inspiring students to know how they felt about certain issues going on. And then one of our projects that we did 2 years ago was, of course, Social Justice Week, that later this year transitioned to be the Rising Revolution Conference. So you can really do impactful work that, that will help you, do something for your community, because that's really what we want to do in the program, is to support you, educate you, and inspire you to advocate for your community, and of course, teach others to advocate for themselves. For next slide, please. Thank you. Yeah, so the application process. How do you apply for the internship? So for you to be able to qualify as an intern at CSM, you will have to be interested in social justice, activism, and community empowerment. You will have to be familiar with financial aid, how to apply to this or CC scholarship program, I think. WebSmart, how to use WebSmart and other college websites. You will have to be familiar with all the support that we have at CSM. You will have to be familiar with that. You don't have to have connections at every program, but you at least have to know how to send students to those programs for them to get the help that they need. And also familiar with social justice and equity programs, meaning that you are aware enough to know what's going on and how to talk to people about these issues in a way where it is respectful, and you're also helping them get through whatever they're going through. And then the ability to work effectively in a collaborative and independently way on projects. You also have to have a minimum GPA, a minimum 2.0 GPA, and the availability to work 10 to 20 hours a week. You will have to work throughout the entire year, meaning that you will be an intern for the fall semester and spring semester. You will need to be enrolled at least in 6 units here at CSM. If you are enrolled in other with more units outside CSM, meaning Cañada or Skyline, that will not count. Only the units that you're taking here at CSM will count for you to be eligible as an intern. So the hours and the compensation, you will need to work, of course, 10 to 20 hours a week, since this is a part-time opportunity. And the pay rate will be $19.23. Or if you are an undocumented student, we have the funds of $9,000 to just provide that support to students and have them help us and support us in any ways that they choose, which I'll talk more right now on the other slide. Yeah, so the $9,000 service award is for, of course, exclusively for students without a work permit, meaning that if they are eligible for DACA, or if they are international students, they are not eligible for this award. They have to work, of course, approximately 10 to 15 hours per week for the year. And they will have to work on financial aid distribution, or yeah. And then they also need to be interested on working on the projects that we have at the program. They will also be given the freedom of choosing what projects they want to work on. But if we need more people to help us on working on, for example, or Rising Revolution Conference or Undocu, we will ask them to help us with that if they would like to do it, of course. Yeah, so that's about it for this slide. And on our next slide, we are basically looking for people to be comfortable in communicating and advocating for social justice. We want you to, of course, be yourself and to be comfortable at the center and talking to other people. We will also have you to, encourage yourself, and we will encourage you, and you will encourage other people, of course. And we will also help you, and you will help others to meet with career services for support. You just have to be open to want to advocate for others and want to make a change in your community. And the next slide. So general application tips, of course, you are able to choose whatever you are interested in. We have all the positions / options for you. And then if you have a specific project in mind that you want to work on or want to make happen throughout the year, you are also given the option on describing that on the application website. And yeah, just don't be afraid to just dream big and bring your ideas, all your ideas. I'm pretty sure are gonna be great. And what we want to see is the commitment and the effort that you wanna put in to make a change in our community. Next slide, please. Yeah, okay. My experience, I think I've had no, just kidding. I had an amazing experience here at the program. This is gonna be my 3rd year, I think. Wow. Okay. This is gonna be my 3rd year here, and this year my position will be the lead intern, meaning that I will be your main source of communication. I will be your main source of support, your main source to get information about people you need to reach out to. I will basically be there for you. I'll offer office hours for you to meet with me. We'll talk more about that later throughout the training sessions once you apply. And then basically throughout the past 2 years, the things that I've done, I brought the idea of creating the podcast, and of course, our mentors, Jackie and Paola, helped me through that with my other intern peers that I had the first year. And then first we had Social Justice Week. That's a project that I had in mind, and we made it happen. And now we have the Rising Revolution Conference. That's a project that hopefully it's gonna stay in the program for a while, just to educate people and of course bring awareness to all the things going on. And basically, I think it's been great because I've not only gotten to meet new people and network and get great recommendation letters, but I've also got to have mentors. Jackie, who's our program coordinator, and then Paula. They're amazing. They're like so chill. They're not gonna like pressure you into anything. They're open to your schedule, and they're very flexible, and they're pretty much there to listen to you, and they really want you to grow. And I think throughout these 3 years now, I've grown so much, not only professionally, but also personally. And I think throughout the program has been one of the main, resources. And then the people from the program, they have seen me grow, and they can tell you about that, if you have other questions. But yeah, throughout these 3 years, I've had an amazing experience. And thanks to that, I am now more able to help people, and I am more educated on certain things, and I can provide that education I've gotten throughout the program to support others and advocate for others. And I also learned to advocate for myself, which is the most important thing that I think that I've learned throughout these 3 years. And yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about the program, to be honest. It's been really great. It's given me a lot of opportunities, and I am where I am today, and I've gotten all the opportunities I've gotten because of the internship program. So I highly recommend for you to apply to that. It's amazing. The community feeling, the family feeling that you get to have throughout your experience at CSM is amazing throughout the program. You get to know more students. Students get to see you as someone who will help them and support them throughout their experience as well. So I highly recommend you applying to that. And we, of course, are here to help you and guide you in whatever ways you need. And if I don't have the answers to your questions, of course, I will send you to either Jackie and Paola, who are our program coordinators, but I will always try to help you to answer questions if you have them, or to guide you throughout your projects as your lead intern. But aside of that, I'm really happy to be here, and for the opportunity I've been given again for the third time. Or next slide, please. I'm gonna open this time for questions. If you have any questions, feel free to either unmute yourself or send them through the chat, and that way we can read them and try our best to help you answer.
Yeah, could just be sent out to us to fill out that form, or
We can send it to you via email. So I'll put some of the links in the chat right now so people have access to it. But once we can talk, and I'll send it directly to your email.
will we be interns that work on multiple groups, or will we just be assigned to one?
You will be assigned to work. You might be assigned to work on a specific project, but of course, throughout your whole experience with the internship, you will get to work as a group. And that's one of the reasons we have our seminars every week, so we can give updates and we can see what everyone else is doing and provide the help that everyone else may need. And most of the time, when we work collectively as a group, is for Undocu Week, the Rising Revolution Conference. That's where we need the whole group's support and help. And then for the rest of the time in your experience, you will get to work on your specific project that you will be given. But we recommend for you to network and talk to your peers, as they will not only help as support, but they will also serve as your new friends that you will make throughout the experience. So yeah.
I think last year we definitely tried to encourage our scholar interns to recruit volunteers for the program. So with Andrea, we to the podcast, she was working alone. So we're like, oh, let's see if there's people who are interested in the podcast who can help with editing the script or editing the episode. So we really want to develop also opportunities for people outside of the internship to engage with it, so they can get those skills to be the next cohort of scholar interns.
Yeah, and then just to clarify, of course, if that's a student outside of the internship program, of course, they will be clearly be taking as volunteers, meaning that they will be helping and learning throughout, their experience with the program, but they will not be getting paid because they are volunteers. Just to clarify. We usually have, in the past, we've had about 6 students the most for interns. So that's pretty much what I remember for the past 2 years. It's only been me and 5 older students. And I'm pretty sure that's what we're looking for this year.
Yeah, so we're looking for 5 students to hire. So all new students besides Andrea. So a good opportunity. There's really a lot of them.
Yeah. So yeah, remember 5 students. We have 5 spots open for you to fill. Yeah, of course. Any more questions? I'm gonna leave it open like 2 more minutes just to see if anyone else has any questions.
Andrea serves a lot of other roles. So I think just for context, right? Like, and besides her role as a scholar intern, Andrea is also the president of ASCSM. So if you're someone who's involved in a lot of other things, one of the benefits with working with us is that we try to strategize to make sure that like you can align some of your projects with the work that you're already doing in other areas. So Andrea, who's really involved with ASCSM, has created a collaboration and partnership. So it facilitates our work and amplifies the work at the center. So I think Paula and I, as mentors to the students, we really try to work with you to see how this can engage maybe your academics that you're really interested in, or like your curriculums, right? So it doesn't feel like an extra pressure in all this stuff. I think we've had a lot of students that are very much like Andrea, who are working in multiple things at a time. We have students in learning communities who are presidents of their clubs. We have students who are really involved working outside of the space. So if you're highly involved, we try to work with you. Obviously, there are requirements that we do, set the standard for, and there is expectations, but we really try to make sure that it works in line. And while that has been our intern, she's also been able to work with like clubs, and she's also been like part of student government the whole time. So I mean, I think that's an example, but also if that's not something you want to do and you just want to focus on the MCCDC, that's stuff too, like whatever your capacity is.
Yeah, I recommend for you to know yourself and know what your limits are when it comes to time and organizing your schedule. And of course, if you think your schedule is flexible for you to like do all these things, you're more than welcome to. But I also recommend to not overlap yourself with so many things going on, because of course, school is the first thing that comes. And that's the most important thing for you to focus. And that's what we want, for you to focus on your classes and of course get good grades. And then secondly comes the internship as well. So we will highly prioritize your school work and education, and then there's the internship. But we really want you to know yourself and know your limits as well. Do not be that crazy as I am, because I'm involved. I'm around everywhere. That's why I was late. I was just giving a tour, but yeah.
That's why you're also out of breath, right?
That's why I'm also out of breath and sweating, and yeah. Don't do that. I don't recommend that at home.
It's such a good model.
Okay. If there's no more questions, I think we're just gonna close this up. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Feel free to reach out to either Jackie or DM us on our Instagram page. I think that's the most accessible and flexible way for you to contact us. But yeah, just feel free to ask any questions. We're here for you. I'm here for you. If you don't find my contact, you can go on the website and just type I think it's just my email. But yeah, just go on our I forgot my email. Just go on our Instagram page, and then feel free to ask any questions. And of course, our flyers have our coordinators information for you to talk to them, or you can call to our office once it is open, once the semester starts.
So I'm going to stop the recording now in case you still have questions. We're still